Welcome friends once again to the IELTS channel of All About English. As promised in the previous video, today we are going to start our discussion on task achievement. How to go in for task achievement, what are the basics which are expected from us, so on and so forth. Maybe this video will not suffice to do everything, to do all, complete justice to task achievement. So we'll make further more videos wherein we'll discuss all the aspects of task achievement. In task achievement, the first thing which is very important, that is, how did you address the question? Did you address the question in complete form? Did you address all the aspects of the question? Or were there certain pieces and parts of question which went unaddressed? If that happens, your task achievement does not happen. So the first thing is that we should understand the question first. Before doing anything else, before spending time on anything else, spend a handsome amount of time on understanding the question. And how to understand the question, that is again an art. And the questions are like humans. The more you interact with them, better you know about them. So my first advice to all of you is that whenever you touch a question, whenever you go in for a question, read that question at least 4 times. The more you read it, more it will tell about him itself. And that will be of great benefit to you. If you do not read it multiple times, there are chances that you might miss out certain parts of the question. And the moment you miss out any part of the question, or maybe you misinterpret any part of the question, you are going to fail on task achievement. So addressing all the parts of question and not misinterpreting the parts of question or the question at all whole is very, very important. So when you read the question multiple times, take a pencil in your hand, underline the important aspects of the question. Underline the pivots on which the question is hanging. In case you do not do that, while in the flow of writing, you will be, inviting trouble for yourself and you will be missing out certain parts of the question. So, what we do is, we will read the question multiple times. I'll give you an example, how to understand the question in detail. I have a question, it's printed in my hand. I'll just read it for you. And it's coming on your screen as well. And we'll see what are the important parts of this question. The question reads like this. Some people from poor and rural backgrounds find it difficult to get a university education. Universities have to make it easier, especially for such groups, to get into them. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Now, this question has certain important aspects. First important aspect is that only some people find it difficult, not everyone. Right? So we should not generalize this question when we start writing on this. Second is, what do they find? Who finds it difficult to get into universities? People from poor and rural backgrounds. And poor and rural backgrounds are not fungible, they are not exchangeable. They are different aspects altogether. Both are different. So we'll have to talk about the poor also, we'll have to talk about the rural as well. Then it says, it gets difficult to get university education. So, difficulties and education in university, that has to be addressed. And then universities have to make it easier. It is for the universities to make it easier. At times the students misinterpret this and they start writing about the governments. They start writing about the society, which is wrong. The question is asking you a specific thing, and that is what the university should do to make such education easier. And then we come to the last part, to what extent do you agree or disagree. Now, here important thing is that the examiner is asking you the both views. It is not a simple agree and disagree question. He is asking about the extent of your agreement and the extent of your disagreement as well. If you have to score low bands, you can get away by doing one part of it. But if you have to score good bands, you will have to address every aspect of it. Now, I have addressed all the aspects. I have addressed all the parts of it. But still, there is a chance I get less score. I do not get the required bands. Why so? That will happen when the idea was not completely formed. I did not justify what I was trying to communicate. I was unable to communicate in detail. So these things, they also make important part of task achievement. We'll have to keep in mind all these things when we go in for writing task. So always underline the main parts of the question. Address them one by one at a time. And I will discuss in further videos how to address them, how not to falter on it, how to save time and do justice to every idea, how to completely form an idea. So that will continue in the series of our videos. But today the first step to be taken is understanding the first aspect, that is understanding the question. Until and unless you understand the question in complete form, until and unless you get into the depth of the question, you will not be able to write an essay which justifies 6, 7, 8 or whatever bands you are looking at. Till now, next video will come up in 3-4 days. Till then, thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.